Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Franco Dinh Show. It's almost the end of January. I was doing dry January,
Uh-huh.
and I usually do it into February too because Brian's birthday.
Mhm.
We go into that, and then it's just like Super Bowl that weekend, FBR, Valentine's Day. It gets crazy. But
Is it
yeah,
like sober October, I guess, just in January?
yep,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, but I mean, I've always done it for years, and it was like it was hard the first year, then it got like easier and easier. Now, like I don't really drink, so it's just easy for me.
Yeah.
But like we've been going through this kitchen remodel and like things have been happening. Like I just got my officially am a broker, got my broker's license.
Nice.
I passed the test like a month ago,
Mm.
but I just had to like jump through all these hoops, my fingerprints clearance card, just all this paperwork that I had to do. So
Mama's
yesterday
ready
I
for
got
a drink.
yeah, I was like, yeah, a celebratory drink. Why
Yeah.
not? But
Let's do it.
staying strong, yeah. The kitchen is coming along, we're just waiting on the countertops, but, we got our microwave and our stove back Sunday
Nice.
evening, so that has been a huge, huge deal
Yeah.
for me anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I can microwave stuff, eat breakfast normally, kind of. It's just hard with not
Mhm.
being there. I think that's the biggest one because you don't wanna, like, flush all that stuff in the bathroom sink.
Now I'm
So
curious about what kind of sink you've got.
oh, yeah, it's a single basin. It's gonna be nice, and we're doing, black hardware, or we have
Ooh,
all black hardware, so, we're doing a black faucet and then a black, single basin
single
tub.
basin. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Man, I love these kinds of projects. I wish I could do them myself. You mentioned before, you said there's something going on with Airbnb changes. What's going on with that?
Oh, yeah. So, I just was looking at my numbers and stuff, and I am making a little bit of profit, but I could make more, obviously. And the thing I wanted to touch on was like Airbnb. People always complain about the cleaning fee, but that's what maids or cleaning services charge.
Right.
Like if you're a really good Airbnb, like you have a lot of turnover, they do like the linens, the cleaning, just take care of everything for you. And that many times the profit isn't to the owner of the Airbnb, basically.
Mm.
But I always see these videos like, "Oh my gosh, they're charging this much for cleaning fee." I mean, obviously it depends on how big your house is. I charge 275 and that like takes care of the cleaner. And then on top of that, I also pay like an $80 per month like subscription to them.
Mhm.
Basically for them for my linens
Keep
and
them
like
around.
restocking fee and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I'm paying that money,
Mhm.
not the
Mhm.
guests. So it's just like all these small little costs, and I'm switching cleaning services. So we'll see how that goes. I used to use Well and Good, which like they took care of everything and they're great, but they're just like really expensive. So
Yeah.
this way, like I could restock all the things myself, but it's like shampoos, conditioners, hand soap, trash bags, detergent,
Wow.
dryer sheets, just like all these things that you don't really think about. And like I have to buy several linens,
Right.
towels. I have cosmetic towels, hand
Oh, no
towels,
way.
bath
That deep.
towels. Yeah, like the bath mat towels, just like everything. So they're coming in after my next guest leaves, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I just had to like buy all that stuff on Amazon, which was like ended up being 500-ish
Mhm.
dollars for all that, but hopefully like this year, since it's a new year, obviously, I'll make a little bit more money.
I
It's just
hadn't
like
thought about all
super
that.
small, yeah,
Yeah.
small margins in like
Yeah.
this business because I feel like I've owned this Airbnb for 2 years now, over 2 years, and I've had made a little bit more money each year, but not a mind blowing amount,
Mm.
right? Because my mortgage is still high. I got this at like 5% interest rate. So I feel like I've been seeing kind of like more Airbnbs come on market as an agent.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like getting out of that. But I think with everything, it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're losing a crap ton of money and you can't afford it, by all means, like get out of business. But I'm making decent, so or splitting even kind of
Yeah.
along that mark. So we'll see how it goes. Be consistent is all. Yeah, it's been good.
Anything else in the Franco update this morning?
That's it, I think.
All right. Well, that puts us right into the Cromford report. And here
Yeah,
we
this one's
are.
a little bit short because we didn't see the biggest change we've seen is right here. The Cromford Market Index is 89.9 now. So we are just below a balanced market.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the big change I see. Days on market still similar, 81 days. Active listings since the beginning of January. Beginning of January, we saw a lot of homes come to market, a lot more inventory. Right now, we're seeing a slight decrease at the end of January, but it's still like pretty high at almost 25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interest rates are still somewhat high. They're still at 7% for conventional 30-year fixed. And then you have FHA VA at like hovering around 6.5, 6.6. We still see like a slight decrease, I believe, in new home sales. Like these are new construction. New construction has lost market share. It was at 28%, down to
Mhm.
24% in December. So a small, 4% change in that. But if you are looking for a new build, like they can buy down the interest rates. So if you're looking at new home sales, you're probably looking at like a 5% interest rate, which is great.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah. But that obviously is on the outskirts of town. So
Yep, it
Buckeye
is.
Surprise, Waddell, Queen
Yep.
Creek, Santan, and all that if you want to live there. For sellers, January is started off frigid overall, but not for everyone. When we're taking a bigger look at the greater Phoenix area, the gap between supply and demand. So the West Valley actually lights up for first-time home buyers in price ranges between 250 to 400,000. Specifically, Surprise, Waddell, Avondale, Tolleson, and Southwest Phoenix
Okay.
as high builder incentives combat affordability issues. So, like I said, they are averaging about like at an interest rate about 5%, which is great for buyers. The Southeast Valley heats up in the 400 to 500,000 range, as does Tolleson in North Glendale. As the housing market enters its high season, which is high season for us now, probably through May. Hopefully, things will look up for sellers, and how much contract activity lights up depends mostly on mortgage rates. So until then, sellers may continue to offer high incentives to buy down rates and keep their properties in top condition to compete. That's all I have for the Cromford report.
All right. Well, that brings us into story time. And in this one, we're talking about post possession. What is this?
Yes. Do you know what post possession is?
I can make a stab in the dark at it.
Okay.
So, like, after the house becomes yours.
So say I'm a buyer, I buy a house. Post possession is you as a buyer become the seller slash landlord, and the seller becomes your tenant.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. Okay.
So the seller can stay in the property for a certain amount of time that you as the buyer like puts terms and everything too. So say your mortgage is like $150 per day with insurance and everything like that. The seller is able to stay for 12 days after close of escrow for $150 per day, and then you ended up getting that amount. There's also like a deposit. There's like a whole little form that I have for it, but
Mhm.
I want to touch base on this because I am under contract with the property. I'm representing the buyer, and they're allowing post possession.
Okay.
And post possession like happened a lot during like 2021, where like homes sold super quickly and the seller had nowhere to go, so they
Right.
would negotiate post possession into it, and it was like super super common. Now it's
Yeah.
not as common, but I am going through this one where seller is going to move to Oregon. They're contingent on the sale of this home, and we're allowing post possession for, I think it's about 12 days. But you, as the buyer, you have more liability in this situation because, like, during your final walkthrough, which I have all my bases covered in that because I've been through plenty of post possession agreements,
Mm.
but you walk the property, see if there's like any damage to it or what the damage is then, and then after they end up moving out, is when you'll walk the property again, see if they left it in okay condition for you. If they didn't, they do usually have a deposit down for any of those damages that they've made.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is crazy because like I am in this other situation where it's like my sellers want to sell, they want to upgrade, and wow, I couldn't think of that. Want to
Good.
upgrade, but they aren't excited about any of the homes on market now.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's like when a home hits market, they're in a situation where it's like, oh, they really love this home. It ended up going under contract, but it's like they haven't listed their home yet. So it's like, what do they do in that situation? But there are just different programs that you could actually sell your house before you buy, which is pretty interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
I wish
mean,
I had
that's
known
another
about that.
topic that we could go. But I mean, yeah, post possession, you as a buyer, if you do go into an agreement, just know that you do have more liability. Okay, guys, that is it. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.